Welcome to part two. In this part, we were going on to Confucius's 5 relationships. Just as a quick reminder, Confucius's 2 main ideas are the idea of Li, which is the right ceremonies and behavior, the idea that if we know what we're supposed to do, we will do it, and the idea of Ren. Ren is the relationship between two persons. Some of you may recognize this character. The character is made up of the radical for man over here, and you should recognize this character, which is 2. So it's two-personness, and it's the idea that we as humans are in relationship to other people, and so therefore we must be responsible for that. Confucius says that we are all in multiple relationships at any time. He breaks them down into the 5: father-child, ruler-subject, husband-wife, older brother, younger brother, and friend-friend. This is bias. It's father-child, not mother-child, and it's husband over wife, because Confucius was growing up or teaching in a time period where women were not as important as men. That's why it's brother and brother, not sister and sister. And although this is still a little bit true today, things have changed radically in China as far as women's rights. But for Confucius's time, the way that these relationships worked is that the father's job was to set the rules and set the tone and tell the child what to do. The child's job was to obey the father at all costs. If the father asked the child to do something inappropriate, to basically turn the child into like a slave labor or something like that, the child should do it, because the child is doing what the child is supposed to do, even if what he's asked to do is inappropriate, because the child can only control his behavior. The child cannot control the father's behavior, and so the child should be the better person. But the way this is supposed to work is the father will only ask the child to do things that are appropriate, and the child will then listen to the father, trusting him that he's doing the right thing. And if that happens, then we're in a reciprocal relationship where everyone benefits, that rulers only ask subjects to do that which makes sense, and subjects trust the ruler to rule. That your older brother or your older sibling will help you by telling you, hey, don't do this, it makes mom really upset, and you should just listen to your older brother or sister, and that's how you pay them back. Friend is a little different because it's almost the most equal. But as myself, I'm a father. I'm also a child. I am a ruler and I am a subject. I am a husband. I have, believe it or not, a friend. So I am in a bunch of these relationships. And so when I'm with my mother, I have to act differently than when I'm with my son. When I'm with Mr. Sawyer, Mr. Newman, I have to act like a subject. But when I'm with other people, including you, my students, I have to act more like a ruler. And so as human beings, we are not an isolated human being with another isolated human being out here and another one over here and another one over here. We are all interconnected. And so as we are interconnected, then what you do, if you do something wrong, will affect all these other people. And so one of the reasons that Confucius says we need to obey our rituals and rites and ceremonies is because this is what benefits society. That if we do not do this, then then the state will fall. That's a quick overview of Confucianism. Hopefully you'll be able to read some of Confucius's Analects and decide whether or not you agree with some of his ideas. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.